Right now over on TV, they are showing, they're preparing, they're taking the balls to the machine. They're going to put everybody's ball into the machine. Now, it's weird. All right, so let's see. They're all right, they just dropped in the number 1. I think I should be okay to show this. We're going to do this at we're going to give this a shot. We're going to try right now. Let's see if it works. I don't know if it will. I'm going to have to do it with no sound. We're going to keep this at a very small video because this is a reaction, and this is not meant to take the steam out of whatever the ESPN has going on. But those folks, aren't they? They have their balls dropping right now on the TV, on the screen. So they're going to put together the combination. Whatever combination comes out, that is going to be the one that ultimately determines who the number 1 pick, the number 2 pick is. All right, so we're going to pull this. We're going to take this down for now. So again, they're dropping the balls into the machine. Now, as we have also found out, it all comes down to Stephen here. Russ likes when his balls drop. We love the balls dropping, don't we, folks? The New York ball. Let's see. Now, Butcher Gross is talking about who knows what. All right, so the first draw is about to happen. Now, they're saying 30 seconds until the next ball happens. So, all right, here we go. They're going to the Pennsylvania Lottery. All right. So I don't know why they're going to just have it juggle for 30 seconds before they pull one out. All right, we're going to take this back down for a second. We're just going, we have to do this in very small spurts. Jay Toxic says, the big, beautiful balls, they are big, they are beautiful. They have numbers on them, folks, don't they? Andrew Fawcett says, the balls are bouncing. Greg Bondarenko asking over here, who are the Calder finalists? Hudson, Celebrini, and what's his nuts, the goalie, whose name's already escaped me because he wasn't even mentioned. So the first ball to come up is, I don't know, number 7. All right, so we're doing the combination. That changed the odds. Right now, the Flyers have moved up to a 12.5% chance. Oh, boy. 12.9. Now, San Jose's chances have also gotten better. I like this. This is actually okay. I like seeing the percentages change as we're going. This is pretty cool. All right, NHL, you might have actually done something right for once. Now we all get the butterflies in the belly. Because instead of just having to watch the cards come up, we get to see in real time as the team's percentage chances are moving, okay? So they're about to pull another ball. Another ball is coming out. All right, 3, 2, 1, another ball. Now, I don't know what the combinations are. I don't think they have the combinations posted anywhere. That would actually have been pretty cool. Number 11, 7-Eleven. Anybody like 7-Eleven? Let's see what it does. The Flyers had a 12.9% chance after the first draw. They have now moved down, so they're at a 10.6% chance. San Jose's chance of getting the number 1 overall pick has improved. We have Detroit, Columbus, Utah, Vancouver, and Calgary are now all out of it. The Flyers, as currently constituted, would not for the draft lottery. Okay, we're gonna take this back down a second. We're gonna play the game. We're gonna play the game over on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Got to be careful. Now, they've also removed certain GMs from being on the screen, so we're down to a smaller number. Now, let's everybody keep their fingers crossed. The Flyers started at 9.5%. They went up to 12.5%. They went down to 10.6%. The next number coming up is number 12. Okay. Let's see what it did to the Flyers' chance of moving. The Flyers remain in at 18.2%, which matches. So we've got Chicago, the Flyers, Pittsburgh, and the Islanders, all with an equal 18.2% chance. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. What does that mean? So the Flyers need a 4 or a 6 to win the draft lottery. A 4 or a 6. All right, we're going to take this down. Flyers need a 4 or a 6. A 4 or a 6. Now, a 9 or a 14, Chicago wins. A 1 or a 10, Pittsburgh gets it. So if you see a 1 or a 10, the Penguins will somehow have gamed the system. They're going to commercial break. So we need a 4 or a 6, and the Flyers win the draft lottery. Now, again, I believe they're doing the number 1 overall pick first, and then the second one, I don't know. Are they going to, I guess they redraw for the second pick? So 4 or a 6, and your team, your town, your Philadelphia Flyers could win the draft lottery. This is significantly more interesting than watching them pull the teams out of the cards. And now they have a 2-minute and 46-second countdown, I guess, for the commercials, and we're watching the ball spinning. All right, let me know in the comments what you think, because this is actually pretty freaking crazy, and I kind of like it. All right, Steven says, there's small balls. J Toxic 49, cool Van shoes, Bucci. Oh, he hates ESPN. Andrew Foster says we need a spokesmodel. Let's see. Dustin Wolf was the other guy. Okay. J Toxic thinks Pittsburgh is going to get it. AJ, our resident Rangers fan, probably feeling very sad right now that his Rangers are not going to win the draft lottery. Listen, I'm very interested to see where this goes. But the Flyers have equal odds with 3 other teams at 18.2% chance of potentially winning the draft lottery. Now, keep in mind, going into this, they had a 9.5% chance of getting the number 1 overall pick, or a 9.5% chance of getting the number 2 overall pick. And again, to my belief, this is for the number 1 overall pick. After this is done, they're going to have to do a second drawing for the number 2 overall pick, and then we're going to see where the chips end up falling. So this is kind of chaotic, and in a beautiful way, you feel good about the fact that the Flyers, a 4 or a 6 gets it done, and at the same time, if you don't win, we have to go through the chaos and the disorder and the indigestion of doing this one more time and finding out where you slide to. So obviously the goal here is win the draft lottery, feel good, don't have to worry about the second part of this. If it doesn't work out, second drawing happens, and then we have the agita. Do the Flyers remain at 4? Do they fall to 5? Do they fall to 6? I thought this felt really good. I liked it, and now I'm kind of going back and forth in my head. And now I don't know what to think. Paul McLaughlin thinks 4. Anthony Gonzalez says, if we win with a 6. All right, let me know in the comments. The Flyers need a 4 or a 6 to win the draft lottery. Let me know what number, if the Flyers are going to win the draft lottery, are they going to win it with a 4? Or are they going to win it with a 6? Let me know in the comments. Woof. Okay. Josh White says 4. Greg Bondarenko asks, what pick does Colorado give us? Do we know? We do not know yet. That pick can fluctuate. What we do know is obviously it's not going to be one of the last picks in the draft, just by virtue of the fact that they are now out of the playoffs. There are some other teams that can have an impact on where that Colorado pick finishes. Greg Bondarenko says a 6 would win it. Landros says 6 for Bundy. Oh, I love that. All right. It all comes down to this, friends. The final ball is going to be drawn. If it's a 4 or a 6, the Flyers get it. If it's a 1 or a 10, it goes to Pittsburgh. I don't remember. I think San Jose needs an 8. All right, here we go. Pittsburgh needs a 1 or a 10. The Islanders need a 5 or a 13. San Jose needs an 8. Chicago needs a 9 or a 14. Seattle needs a 3. Buffalo needs a 2. And it all comes down to this. If you're a Flyers fan, you have a chance at a potential number 1 defenseman in Schaefer. You could potentially get Michael Misa. If you decide that center is your number 1 priority, you could take him number 1 overall. And again, no matter what happens here, they're going to have to do a redrawing or a second drawing for the number 2 overall pick. And now people, I'm sure, are going to try, as these balls are bouncing, to get a real good look on what the number is going to be. I am legitimately worried right now. I'm not going to look at the comments because I know that I typically am behind because I'm on YouTube TV. I didn't keep track of it. Here we go. Hold on. All right, so the Islanders, Jesus. So the Islanders are going to get the number 1 overall pick in the draft. So they moved up 9 spots. 9 spots. Hold on a second. Remind me. In the show that we did earlier, didn't the Islanders jump to number 1? Didn't they move up 8 spots, or they moved up to number 2? Ugh. So the Islanders jump, which means that the Flyers either have to get the number 2 overall pick, or they're going to move down to either 5 or to 6. And now it all comes down to the second drawing. Jeez Louise. Yeah, so this is going the here we go. CBS gone fishing. Fucking Islanders, boo. Jay Toxic, fuck the Isles. We got a WTF. Islanders, geez, holy crap. What in the freshest? Like, this is not good. I don't like this. So, not ideal. Now, I see this from Landro saying 2 or 6 now. That is not necessarily the case. You could move down to 5. 5 could happen because if one of the teams that were above you in the original draft order, if a San Jose gets this pick, it doesn't shift anything. The teams that were above you are going to remain above you. If a team from below the Flyers jump the Flyers, then it's the number 6 pick. So they're doing the drawing right now. The Islanders are thrilled. We don't care. So again, the best case scenario here for the Flyers obviously is number 2. The secondary case is number 5. If a team from below them jump them, then you're looking at the number 6 overall pick. And again, I repeat the thing that I have said for months. This is your insurance policy. Getting that number 4 spot in the draft lottery is the thing that assures that you get one of those players from the top tier. Or if you think Schaefer is the top tier, or Schaefer and Misa, then from the second tier up to the 6th pick. So, wild. Andrew Fawcett says the team without a GM gets the number 1 pick. Awesome. Lee Carasso says not Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh still has a chance at the number 2 pick. So, the fact that the Islanders got it is disgusting. I just, like, why? All right, so they just did 1, 5. I don't see if they have the percentages up for the number 2 overall pick. They don't right now. I assume that they're going to update. They're going to give us a board to look at when the 3rd ball is drawn, and then probably go to commercial and have us hang on to every potential bad intrusive thought we have until 7:30. So let's see. They just pulled the number 12. So 1, 5, 12. I don't know who has Yahtzee. 1, 5, 12. They should be showing the board. They are not showing the board. You know, they might not go to 7:30 because whoever ends up getting this pick, they're going to probably want to talk to that GM before they end the telecast. So again, we are looking at either the Flyers win this, they move up to number 2. A team that was above them, like a San Jose or a Chicago or a Nashville, gets this pick. The Flyers pick at number 5, or a team from below the Flyers jump them, and then the Flyers would fall to number 6. So as of right up, the Flyers are out. Flyers are out apparently. So they are going to finish 6th. That's it. It is over. The Flyers are going to pick 6th in this draft. That is it. It is over. So there you go. Flyers are going to pick 6th in this draft. A draft where they came in with the 4th best odds. San Jose should, in theory, get this. Chicago has 1 shot. Nashville has 2 shots. Boston 3. Utah, Calgary. This is about as bad. Now, if Utah or Calgary get it, I think the Flyers would be, let me think, they could move up to, if it's Calgary and they get number 6, I don't know. I'm now over it. All right, let's see. We're going to see. If Boston gets this pick, if Boston ends up getting it after their egregious tanking at the end of the season, that would be something. Chris Fried also notes that when I did Tankathon, it had them finishing 6th. So that is true. Didi Megadoodoo says, so much for losing on purpose. 10 gets the first pick. It rarely happens. Let's see. Who got it? Number 3. Who had number 3? I don't know. 3 was who? I don't know what we're tabulating. They had it before. So they're saying it was a Hail Mary. So who was it? Second pick is fourth overall selection. Utah. So Utah gets number 2. So that means San Jose, Chicago. San Jose is number 2. Chicago, I guess, gets number 3. Nashville gets number. Hold on. They just. Ugh. Guys, this is dog doo-doo.